All right, class, today's lesson is called What Happens When Powerful People Discover the Reply All button is a Lawsuit. So here's the situation. A major magazine publishes reporting based on dozens of sources, and a powerful public official responds with a $250 million defamation lawsuit. $250 million. That's not a lawsuit, that's a Marvel villain origin story. That's the kind of number where the newsroom doesn't say, let's call legal. They say, does anyone here know a dragon we can negotiate with? So let's break this down like adults who paid attention in civics, or at least sat near someone who did. Defamation law in the U.S. already heavily favors press freedom, especially when it comes to public officials. Thanks to the Supreme Court case New York Times v. Sullivan, the standard isn't just they got it wrong, it's actual malice. That means that the journalist either knew it was false or recklessly ignored the truth. And that's a high bar, intentionally high, because the alternative is a system where politicians can sue journalists every time their widow feelings get a paper cut. And look, maybe the reporting was wrong. That's what courts are for. But when a public official drops a $250 million lawsuit, the issue isn't just whether the article was accurate. It's the signal. That's not a legal response. That's a message to every journalist in America. Investigate me and I will financially ruin you. That's not defending your reputation. That's playing legal whack-a-mole with the First Amendment. I'm a Desert Storm Marine. I've seen intimidation tactics up close and personal. This is intimidation with better tailoring and a legal team. Because here's the reality. Most outlets, even big ones, don't have unlimited money to fight massive lawsuits forever. So what happens? They start asking, is this story worth the risk? Is the person worth the lawsuit? And eventually, maybe we just don't publish. And that's where this gets dangerous, because freedom of the press doesn't actually die in one dramatic moment. There's no explosion, no sirens, no slow motion bald eagle. It dies quietly when one editor decides not to assign a story, when a reporter drops a lead, or one investigation never happens, not because it wasn't important, but because it was too expensive to be right. A free press is supposed to do one thing really well: make powerful people deeply uncomfortable. That's the job. If the press isn't annoying someone in power, it's probably just doing PR, not journalism. And when lawsuits become a tool to punish scrutiny instead of correct falsehoods, you don't just challenge a story. You start warping the entire system of accountability. So let's bring this home. Texans love talking about freedom. We put it on license plates, bumper stickers, and probably someone's calf tattoo. But freedom of the press isn't about protecting journalists. It's about protecting your right to know what your government is doing, even when it's messy. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when it makes someone in power very, very grumpy. You don't have to like the media. You don't have to trust them. Half the time, I don't trust them. I'm the guy explaining this. But you should absolutely be concerned about a world where the press is too scared to report on the people running things. Because a government that can't be questioned is a government that doesn't have accountability to we the people. And that's not freedom. That's just authoritarians producing propaganda.